Hello students, I am Krishna Kanjani from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology. Welcome to the online lecture series on kinematics and theory of machine. In this session, we will learn numerical of gear train. In our previous session, we have learned various types of gear train and the equations for speed ratio of gear train. Okay, so let's solve one numerical based on that equations. Okay, so in this numerical, we have been given that in an epicyclic gear train. Okay, so first of all we have to consider the type of gear train. So most of the examples will be asked of epicyclic gear train in this chapter. Okay, so in epicyclic gear train we have simple diagram that gear A, gear B and your arm which is connecting these two gears, that is A and B. Okay, so an arm carries two gear, that is gear A and gear B. Okay, now they have number of teeth on their periphery as 36 and 45. So over here we can consider that TA and TB is equal to 45. Okay, next condition they have given, if the arm rotates at 150 RPM. So the third condition they have given is the rotation of arm, that we can say RPM or we can say speed of arm C, that is NC. Okay, now that NC is given as 150 RPM in anti-clockwise direction. Now remember this direction also. Okay, so we have learned that in this chapter we will always consider anti-clockwise as a positive. Okay, so we can simplify this data such as your number of teeth on gear A is 36, number of teeth on gear B as 45 and speed of arm C, that is NC, is equal to 150 RPM anti-clockwise. That's why we have considered positive sign over here. Okay, now to solve this numerical, what we have to find out? So in this numerical they have asked that about the center of gear A which is fixed. So over here they have given the first condition that your gear A is fixed. Okay, they have provided that gear A is fixed and we have to determine the speed of gear B, and second condition that if the gear A is instead of being fixed making RPM of 300 then in clockwise direction, then again we have to find out the speed of gear B. Okay, so now to solve the numericals of epicyclic gear train, we have to always draw the table first, and we have learned that how we can draw table. So let's start with first drawing a table which is containing conditions and RPM of various elements. So over here let's consider that your first column indicating the condition of various motions and second column for the revolution of various elements. So over here we have three elements, first one that is arm C, then gear A and gear B. Now remember students, we will always keep our arm component as a first component. Okay, so whenever you are sketching this table, first of all you have to consider your arm column, then you will put gears in any of the sequence. So now the first condition of motion, so we will always consider that our arm is fixed. Okay, so in that case your gear A and gear B will be forming a simple gear train. Okay, so we can say that over here in this numerical your arm is fixed, so gear A is rotating plus revolution in anti-clockwise direction, and similarly you can derive equation for gear B. So let's find out values of speed. So over here arm is fixed, so that's why we have to put 0 over here. Your gear A is rotating with plus 1 RPM. Okay, so that's why over here we have to consider plus 1. Now with respect to gear A, your gear B is rotating. Okay, so now over here the assembly will be a simple gear train. So we can say that NB by NA is equal to, we can simply write down that TA upon TB. Now your RPM of gear A is 1, so over here you can put RPM as 1. So your equation will be TA upon TB. Now this equation is defining speed of gear B. Now we have assumed that your gear A is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. So that's why we have considered plus sign over here. So if you consider over here that gear A is rotating in anti-clockwise direction, then gear B will be rotating in clockwise direction. So we have to consider minus sign for the clockwise rotation. So over here in this equation, your equation of speed of gear B will be minus TA upon TB. Clear? Now after achieving this equation, now the second condition, we have to consider the gear A is rotating with plus x revolution rather than plus 1. So over here, if you consider plus x instead of plus 1, then we have to replace over here the plus 1 with plus x. Now arm is again fixed, so that's why 0, and your multiplication of speed of gear A, so that's why you have to put x in multiplication. Okay, so this will help you to achieve minus x TA upon TB. Now the third condition, that we have to add plus y revolution in each and every component. So we have to make addition of these two rows, that is your row number 2 and row number 3, and this addition will give you the total speed of each and every component. The total motion of each and every element will be addition of this second and third row. So over here you will get plus y revolution for arm condition, x plus y condition, that is the combination of row 2 plus 3, that is x plus y, and addition of second and third row for gear B, we can write down the equation y minus x TA upon TB. These steps are common for each and every numerical in epicyclic gear train. So we have to sketch this table for each and every numerical in the same manner. Okay, now from this table we have final total motion, that is row number 4, which is very important. So let's consider final data of this table. Now in this numerical we have to calculate the speed of gear B, and for that we have been given that your gear A is fixed in initial condition. Okay, so let's consider the first data, that your gear speed of gear B when gear A is fixed. Now in this data we have been given that the speed of arm, that is NC, as 150 rpm. Okay, so from this table we can say that the speed of arm, that is NC, is equal to plus y. So we can simply say that NC is equal to plus y, which is equal to 150 rpm. Okay, so the first condition, first unknown, y can be calculated directly from the given data. Now second condition, now we have second condition that your gear A is fixed. So if you consider that gear A is fixed, then in that condition x plus y will be 0. Okay, so we can put up that gear A is fixed. So putting this x plus y is equal to 0 in our final equation condition, and we have achieved that y is equal to 150. So we can say x is equal to minus y, and that is equal to minus 150. So we have two values, that is for value of x and value of y. Now using these two equations we have to calculate the speed of gear B. So now speed of gear B, that is equal to NB. So we can say that NB is equal to y minus x TA upon TB. Now we can put value of y and x, and we have value of TA is equal to 36 and TB is equal to 45. So let's put the value of y, x, TA and TB. So that will give us the final value, speed of gear B, NB, that is equal to 270 rpm. Now over here we are achieving positive answer. It means the gear B is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so we have to mention the direction of gear B in at last in the bracket. Okay, so in this way we can calculate the answer for first question. Now the second condition. Now in second condition they have mentioned that if the gear A instead of being fixed is making 300 rpm. Okay, so over here the gear A is making 300 rpm clockwise direction. So we have to consider that the gear A is making plus 300 rpm clockwise direction. Now the speed of gear A is equal to x plus y. So we can say x plus y is equal to 300. But now over here the rotation is anti-clockwise direction. So we have to put minus sign. Okay, be careful whenever you are solving numericals of gear train. You have to consider the direction properly. If it is anti-clockwise, then it is plus, and if it is clockwise, then you have to mention minus sign over here. Okay, so now you can write down that x is equal to minus 300 minus y. So simply we can say now the value of y is fixed because the speed of arm is given always that NC is equal to 150. So in this numerical we can say that Y is equal to 150. So if we will put Y is equal to 150, then we can say that X is equal to minus 450. Okay, now from the values of X and Y, now we can say that the speed of gear B, now the equation will remain the same, that is Y minus X TA upon TB. Now we have to put the different value of X, Y, T and TB. So over here Y is equal to plus 150 and X is equal to minus 450, that will give us the plus 450 into TA, that is 36, and TB is equal to 46. So by putting this value we can achieve that speed of gear B is equal to plus 510 RPM. Okay, so over here again we have to mention the direction. So now as the plus symbol indicates that this gear B is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so we have to mention anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so this is a simple method. By using this tabular method, you can solve any numerical of epicyclic gear train. Okay, so if you will remember the condition for table properly, then you can solve numericals of epicyclic gear train. We will solve few more numericals in our next session. Thank you.